Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Diane Gutierrez and I'm a creative memories advisor located in Southern California. I love doing scrapbook pages that utilize all the beautiful pattern paper and it all matches nicely, and I have perfect little embellishment clusters. My photos are all cropped nice and neatly, and my journaling has its own special place. And sometimes it takes me a little bit of extra time to do that type of layout. And then I have certain events where I have a lot of photos that I want to be displayed. Things like trips where you visit a lot of different places and you want to just get those photos in the album so that people can enjoy and remember the time. Then I have things like graduations and Christmas, where there's big family events, and you want to try and have as many photos on there as possible. The more photos I have, the less room I have for all my pretty embellishments and my clusters. So then there's times where maybe I want to go to a crop or I want to scrapbook with some friends, and I know that I'm going to be talking and laughing, and so maybe I want to have some more simple layouts to do so that I can get a lot accomplished while I'm there, but I still want to produce beautiful pages. So what I've decided is that there's times when I need to have a scrapbook layout that is simple, quick, easy, but yet still fun and still beautiful. And so that's what I want to do in this little series that I'm starting, that I'm calling Keeping It Simple. And so in this series, I'd like to take the time to show one layout using a very simple border or page design, and then come back the next day and show that same technique using it a little bit different, and how we could take one easy layout, just change it up, and we can use the same layout in our scrapbook over and over. As long as we're changing the paper and changing the embellishment, nobody would ever know that it's the same simple layout. And that's what I want to do. So it'll always be at least 2 or 3 videos in the little mini series to show the different page layouts. Let me turn on my overhead camera and I'll get going, and please drop a comment and let me know what you think of this series. Okay, so here we are. And let's go ahead and get started with our first layout. This first layout that we're going to talk about is going to be perfect for the phrase keeping it simple, because this is a very simple, basic layout that you can do over and over and over again. And if you're changing up the papers and of course the photos and the embellishments, then you can use this layout over and over in the same album and no one would probably even notice it's the same layout. Okay, so to get started, you do need to decide what you're going to use for your background papers. Okay, I'm going to use 2 pieces of pattern paper, and in this case they're both going to be the same, but you can either use different pieces, one of each. You can use cardstock, colored cardstock, or white or black cardstock, or you can work directly into your album. So that's one of the first things you have to decide on every page. So now we have our background decided. The next thing we need to bring in is 2 pieces of pattern paper. Okay, so whatever collection you're using, you want to bring in 2 pieces of coordinating pattern paper. So I'm using papers today from the Stars and Spirit pack, but as long as you're picking out paper from one collection, they should all correlate together. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to start with the dark blue piece. And I'm going to bring in my 12-inch trimmer. And I'm going to cut a 1.5-inch strip. And I'm going to do 2 of those because 1 for each side. I'm going to take the rest of this paper and put it aside for a moment, but I will be bringing this back in to make some photo mats. Okay, I'm going to take this piece, this strip of paper is going to go right here at the top, and the same on the other side. Okay, so next I'm going to bring in the red pattern paper and the diamond arch punch. I'm going to make a border, so I'm going to slide my paper right in. I match up the paper to the black line that's marked on the front of the punch, holding it to the back and punching down. Okay, we're going to cut this at 1 inch. And then I'm going to do another one. So with this technique, you can use any pattern paper and any bordered punch that you would like. Okay, so one more. Again, we'll cut this at 1 inch. And we'll put the rest of this aside to make photo mats in a little bit. Okay, then you just simply take your border and lay it on top of the strip we already had. And that there is our basic page layout that we're going to start with. We have our pattern paper background, a 1.5 inch strip of paper, and then layer it up with any kind of border you would like here on the top. But this is the unique thing about it, because that is our basic layout, and now we're going to put some pictures down. But here's what we can do. We can now turn it to the side. Same layout structure, we're just turning it so that the borders are now on the side. We can turn it so that it's at the bottom, and we can turn it so that they are met up in the middle. Okay, so that's what makes this such a simple, easy layout, and it has so many variations. But for today's variation, we are going to stick with it at the top of our layout. Then let's bring our blue paper back in, and let's trim down some photo mats. Okay, let's bring back in our 12-inch trimmer. Okay, so we're going to turn it this way first, and we're going to do a 6.5 inch cut that way, and then this one we will cut right in half, and we'll give it at the 4.5 inch mark. Okay, so then we have 2 photo mats for that. Then we're going to take this piece, and we're going to also cut this at 4.5. And with this one, we will cut it at a 4x3 and another 4x3. We'll put these 2 pieces aside for scrap for another page. Okay, let's bring back in our red piece. We're going to cut this one at 4 inches. Then we're going to cut it at 6 inches. We'll have 2 photo mats, and then this last piece we will also cut at 6 inches. And that's all of our cuts that we're going to do for now. Okay, now let's get out our photos that we're going to use with this page. So I'm going to do some photos of a Veterans Parade. We were in Prescott, Arizona, and we happened to be there for visiting some friends, and they happened to have a Veterans Day parade. I'm going to use this layout for that parade. So let's see, how do we want to arrange this? Let me put my pictures down first. It's going to go something like that. Let's see here. That. That one just has a picture of our friend that I don't have permission to show, so I'm going to turn that one upside down for now. And then this layout will hold a total of 8 photos. So let's see, it's going to be a smaller photo up here at the top, so I will trim that down. And then here is a picture of the flag. I can trim that one down a little bit. And then this one could be trimmed down as well, and I'll put that over there. Okay, so that's going to be the placement of the photos. So let's bring back in these photo mats. Let's start with the blue ones. So I do want to have a blue one down here. Okay, and then it's nice if you want to bring in your photo mats, make them the same on each side. Then my red ones, I might have to trim down these pictures for these mats, but it'll go like that. And then actually I might switch these two around. Put this one down here. I can trim this photo up quite a bit. So I'll be putting that one up there. And more red on that one. And more red over here on this one. And then I still have these two pieces, which I will bring in after I trim up this one. And I will trim down that one as well. So let me get my pictures all trimmed down and on their mats, and I'll be right back. Okay, when it comes to embellishing, I do want to keep with our theme of keeping it simple, and I also want to keep our embellishment simple too, right? Our idea with this whole keeping it simple theory is to not only keep our page layout simple, but also our embellishments. So right up here where I have that, I'm going to bring in a very common scalloped punch. You can use a scallop punch, you can use a circle punch, you can use a scalloped die cut, something like that. Any kind. I want it to have a circular item there. So I'm going to pull in this paper. It's the leftovers I had. And I'm going to just punch out one scallop. And I'm just going to replace the scallop with my placeholder. And then I pulled in a few things from my stash. I found this cute little embellishment that said "at the parade," as well as a little pinwheel, which I thought was perfect for the parade. So I'm going to just put those right on top of the scallop. Okay. And then let's look at the stickers we have here that came with our set of paper. I do like the 3 stars, and I am using dark blue, light blue, and red for this layout. So let's take those off of here. Okay, so I put some foam tape here. It just allows me to move it around. Let's see if we're gonna like that. I think that one kind of fades in a little bit there. And I took the 3 stars off of the sticker sheet, as well as this little metal. Put the little metal up on some foam tape. I think the metal is perfect. Let's use the 3 stars as our cluster base down here, and we can build upon that. I'm going to move this one down here. Maybe I could cover up that a little bit. Now I did see something else on here I loved that was perfect for a parade, which are the balloons. So I want to bring those in as well. Maybe we can move these around. Have the balloons coming out the top of our scallop circle with our stars. Let's give this star the light blue star for now. I'm going to move this star over here. I think I'm going to like that a little better. The little metal I want to incorporate, so I'm thinking maybe down here. Okay, I kind of like that right there, and I could tuck my journaling in, something like that. And then up here we would want this, but we maybe want something else up there with that. Let's see what else we have. There's a lot of stars on here, which I love. So we have a couple brown items, which would look really nice, but we have not incorporated any brown. Well, maybe a little bit right there. Okay, let's see here. I kind of like the circular thing. It can pop out. Let's bring this brown one in and see if we like that. Okay, maybe coming out behind the star over here. And then maybe I can pop that up onto some foam tape as well. Okay, let's see. Yeah, something like that. Lots of stars, right? It's a parade. It's a parade for vets. So why not? I like that. I like this. Okay, so let's see. I think I would like to maybe bring in a little bit of the tan up here. So I found this brown heart on the sticker sheet, and I think I would want to place it somewhere right in there to kind of tie all that in. And then I'm still looking for something up here. I thought maybe the blue heart, but I'm just not feeling that too well. Let me see here what else I have. So I found this little sticker in my 4th of July embellishments. Let's see, it's kind of, I like it because it's round, and all my other clusters have round in them, as like a round circle or the scallop or something. So I thought maybe we can pull this off somehow. It kind of looks like a banner. Oh, I like that. And there we go. Yep. So that's our layout. That's keeping it simple, right? We kept it, our actual page design, very simple with just the one border at the top. And then we just left it alone. We punched out a border, put it on top of our solid strip, and we really just left that alone. Now, of course, we could decorate that up. We could, add more to our border, but then we're not keeping it simple, right? So that was our basic layout was simple. Our matting was very simple because we used the extra paper from our border. So we tied everything in with the different colors. And then we kept our embellishments pretty simple because we used a lot of pieces of right off the sticker sheet. So we stayed within our collection. It was a lot of it was right here for us. We did make one scallop, and I did pull in a couple things from my 4th of July embellishments that I had on hand. So, but otherwise we did keep it very simple and pretty straightforward. And that's the goal behind this series, is to keep it simple. Okay, so this is layout number 1. I hope you liked it. If you did, I would really appreciate you clicking that like button so that my content could spread through YouTube. Other people can be notified of my content. So this is going to wrap up our page for our first page. Come back tomorrow because we will have our second page. We're going to use the same format, but we're going to change it slightly, but we still are going to keep it very simple. Okay, so thank you for joining me today. I hope that you found this inspiring. I hope that you give this layout a try. And of course, I hope you come back tomorrow to see layout number 2. Okay, have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.